Hey, welcome to this edition of Road Warrior. I'm your host, Grant Roberson. Now we get behind the wheel of the 2014 Cadillac XTS. Now what's great about this particular model versus the one we tested last year is features the twin turbo engine, and we'll get into that in just a minute. Now we talked about it on the 2013, I'll remind you of it here. Basically the Cadillac has come a long way since our father's version. Now those featured a huge deck lid, even a front hood, and now on these particular models you're really noticing them chiseled to perfection type of design elements. Now you're really going to notice the sculpted lines in the front, kind of those real chiseled headlights and these nice sleek body lines from front to back. Now obviously we've come a long way since our father's Caddy, and what I really love is it's really coming to the up-and-comers. Now this is the DeVille-like version. It's now called the XTS, so you really are kind of dropping those old nameplates, going with these new ones to really change the evolution of these vehicles. Now just because we changed the nameplate from DeVille to XTS doesn't mean we obviously have minimized the overall size on this vehicle. Now by the footprint, it's about 111 inches and it's over 200 inches long. So those are decent numbers obviously for a full-size luxury sedan like this, and of course is to be expected. Now the wheels on this nice model, this is the Platinum of course, so they bumped them up to 20 inches. The standard model is going to come with 19. Now when you think of Cadillac, there's several things that come to mind: pearls, diamonds, and a lot of chrome. Now what's fitting is the exterior here is referred to as diamond, and you're going to find chrome accents across this vehicle. Now what I loved at night was these illuminated door handles. Really gives you a little bit of accent, obviously illuminates your way when you get into the car. Now these 20-inch rims are really going to bring that bling to the overall model. Now again, from the exterior profile look, you really have voided our memory of those previous Cadillacs, really having that sloped architecture versus those kind of hard lines you had before. Now when you get all the way to the back end, obviously that's where the design cues come together, and you really have that nice implied rear taillight spoiler-like look, kind of again reminiscent of the old days with these vertical taillights, and again that nice kind of wing look back here. Now these new Cadillacs, they're really dropping some of those traditions. Even one of them is the key. Now they've gone with the new smart key system, pretty much allowing you to keep it in your pocket, get in and out of the vehicle, and even remote start it. Now what's great at the back of the Cadillac here is it does have the one-touch kind of pop-up rear trunk. Now you of course can do it from the key fob as well, but what I don't like on other models is you really can't access the trunk unless you have the key. On this particular one, press a button and it rises to the occasion. Now once you're back here, it's straight Cadillac space, meaning there's tons of it, more specifically about 18 cubic feet. Now it really gives you a nice big opening back here and a cavern to really get all the items you need. Now traditionally a lot of Cadillac owners are going to be golfing, they're going to be on the go, so they really have to have a lot of room for storage, and they do that just fine. Now even though they've changed the name XTS from the DeVille, we really haven't downsized overall, which means this has a very big footprint when you go to parking and get those tight spaces. So obviously you need to think of safety when you think about all the other technology on the vehicle, and they do that back here with the nice parking assist sensors and of course that backup camera, meaning all the way from the young up-and-comers to maybe our slightly older individuals will handle this vehicle just fine. Now obviously with that smart key system, that really allows you to get quick access into this vehicle, and the way you do that is you keep the key in your pocket, come up to the handle and press the button. Now in other models I've seen, it actually becomes cumbersome should you go to a back door because there's actually not a button there. On this model it's great because they have it as well on the back passenger door, basically allowing you to come up, press it one time, and it unlocks everything else. Now once you open the door, what I really love on this particular model are these kind of rear shaded screens. Basically they rise to the occasion, give you the nice shade of course, and what I really like is that limo like feel, as there's one on this door, the other side, and a full screen in the back window. Now I've always had the mindset that bigger is better, where we're talking about SUVs or luxury sedans like this. Now I've been a big follower of course of the Grand Marquis and Lincoln Town Car, but since they dropped the Lincoln Town Car, I really had a change of allegiance, maybe even to this Cadillac. Now what goes along with that of course is the grille warfare and that prowess up front. Does it deliver? And of course on this model it does quite well, especially with that nice black insert wrapped with a little bit of chrome, and of course that huge crest emblem up front. Now not to mention they've got it wrapped in body color all the way around, and these nice vertical headlights that really illuminate the path straight ahead. Now I must admit, sometimes I get behind the wheel and rarely take notice what's on the hood until it's far too late, usually after I got a little bit of neck pain from stomping the gas. Now the base engine for the Cadillac is a 3.6 liter V6 engine. Now that's not bad numbers considering it delivers about 305 horses and 264 foot-pounds of torque. Now if you add the twin turbos like we have on this model, that's even better, delivering about 410 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque. Now we couple that with the all-wheel drive and it really gets this vehicle off the line. Now again, that's great regardless if you're a young up-and-comer. I got a little bit of gray on top of your head. Either way, you're going to add the sport under the hood with that twin turbo. Now the XTS comes in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive like we tested here. Now you couple that with the twin turbo and of course you're going to get a lot of boot, scoot, and boogie off the line. Even better, it makes you feel a little bit like you're in a coupe when you add those paddle shifters on the steering wheel. Now as for seating in the inside, they've really gotten rid of the old tradition, which is that huge front bench seat up front that I remember so well growing up, allowing you to slide back and forth. Now of course they went with a standard 2 up front, 3 in the back. Now as for legroom, plentiful and it's to be expected. 45 inches at the front and a nice enormous 40 inches in the back, really allowing everyone to stretch out regardless of where you are, and that is to be expected when you're driving Cadillac style. Now one of the biggest things you're going to notice when you get in the inside is that the old traditional Cadillac has really been replaced with innovation. Most notable is behind the steering wheel and the new digital readout displays. Now what's great is you can really set the information to what you like, whether it be a huge speedometer or information like the navigation or even instant fuel economy. Now right in the center is the Cadillac user experience, also known as Q. Now that's a huge LCD screen that is kind of motion censored, which basically means as you get close it's kind of illuminate, give you some little buttons to use. Now one thing to note is it's kind of cumbersome to get used to. The volume control is a push button. There's not really any knobs to really turn it down, turn it up real quickly. So that takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you've really figured all the innovations out on this vehicle, you're really going to notice that this is the new Cadillac style. Now another nice innovation is actually on the dash, hidden behind all the electronics. Now you pretty much just press right here and this compartment's going to open up. Now it's been referred to kind of as a safe, allowing you to put valuable items in here like your phone because there is a USB connection. Now pretty much when you want to stow everything away, lock it up, press right here and it's going to close up. Now another nice feature is the handleless glove compartment, pretty much streamlining the whole look. Now obviously you want to gain access, there is a push button right here allowing you to electronically gain access. Now climbing in the back seat, what you're going to notice is that enormous legroom we talked about, and really if you turn this vehicle into an executive-like sedan, meaning you're going to be driven versus being the driver, this is where you're really going to find most of your time is in the back seat. Now what's great, we talked about, it's got the heated seats, of course the climate controls back here, and this nice center console that comes down, give you nice armrests. Now the one thing I would have liked back here is the ability to control the electronics from here, allowing you to give you access to the radio, listening, whatever possibilities like we found in the Honda Genesis. Now that does it for this edition of Road Warrior. I'm your host Grant Roberson, and we tested out the 2014 Cadillac XTS with that twin turbo V6 under the hood. Now we love the innovation that you're going to find on the inside, and really it's drastic compared to the daddy's caddies from years gone by. Now again, with that chiseled to perfection exterior, that plentiful room on the inside, and of course tons of cargo space is traditional Cadillac offerings, but with great 2014 pizzazz on the outside. Again, and thank you for watching this edition of Road Warrior, and as always, keep both hands on the wheel and eyes straight ahead.